Today we've got some really important and really exciting things, and we've got a special guest. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome Andy Albright, who's going to be introducing the special guest this morning. So please help me welcome President and CEO, El Presidente, Andy Albright.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Congratulations on all those crazy numbers. Production seems to be going through the roof, recruiting through the roof, and we have all kinds of exciting new stuff going on. Couple of business items. Chris Hill has taken over President's Club, as most of y'all have heard. I'm excited that he's doing that. He's going to bring more and more services. One of the things that has jumped out, people are jumped onto this, is the Chad Owen training that we did on annuities in Austin. People were real impressed with that. He offers several different monthly training services. The one that has been extremely popular, he gets $197 per month, and he has a live seminar training once a month. Access to tons of tools, and through talking to him about how President's Club works and who the elite are, we have established a 50% off discount. So what's normally $197 a month, if you're in President's Club, you can get this for $100 a month. And we had a ton of people sign up. We're opening up the website today, I think. So everybody that signed up, I think you'll be able to get access to it today. We did have a minimum number. We had to have at least 50 people commit before we could get that big of a discount. It turns out it went way over 60. It might have been 70 people that jumped on it. So if you're on President's Club and you want to take advantage of it, contact anybody in President's Club. He says 45 plus hours of training. There's client handouts. There's leave behinds. There's a ton of information on his training. Also for President's Club, we have a new IRA. We call it the Alliance IRA. It is a insured retirement advantage. It is a way that clients. Now, this is not for the weak at heart. This is not for the average man. This is people that are bringing in over $750,000 a year. So small businesses or high-paid individuals will have access to this IRA, and you will be able to set them up in this program. It is a tax-free retirement strategy with Index Universal Life, National Life Group, and premium financing. So you're able to set your client up where they can borrow a large portion of the premiums. This will be run in conjunction with Kim Coulter. He'll be doing illustrations, tons of assistance on this. And again, Chris Hill and President's Club can set you up and put you in contact with the people to pull off this new IRA program. Also, today at 3 o'clock, I am doing GS3 calls for select PC members. Everybody in President's Club is invited to participate and be on there. If you haven't received a text or email, just make sure you get in touch with somebody at the President's Club, Chris, Celine, Chelsea, or Nicole. Also, reminder for President's Club people, November 7th, we're doing a virtual boot camp from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. PC members only. It's pretty intense type of training that we're going to do with videos. That information will be coming out from President's Club. And okay, all right. So several things from President's Club. Thank you, Chris Hill, and thank you for that group. We're excited about those things. Normally, the activity call, we focus on just making phone calls, follow-ups, making sure you crush it on the 4 basics. The 4 basics being you get referrals, you get a check, you find money, and then you are doing recruiting. And it was funny, I was talking to a person last week, and they was like, I said, are you doing the forward referrals? And they go, I think so. And I go, what do you mean? They said, I'm not sure what they are. And I was like, I about lost my mind, because I was like, goodness gracious. Please, let me tell you, please, if you're working with someone, make sure that they know what the 4 basics are and how to execute, because if you're not executing the 4 basics, I mean, you're bound to die. You're bound to lose. You're bound to not make it big with us without killing it on the 4 basics. So, and then it's just how do you get a check? How do you get referrals? How do you find the green sheet, or how do you find money? And then how do you recruit? What do you do? And you need to be attempting to rate yourself at a 10 on each one of these categories. If you're not killing it on one of the basics, it scares me, because I don't want you not making money. The only way you're gonna make money is if you execute the basics. Okay, so a lot of times that's what we're doing. We're talking about the basics. We're talking about number of phone calls, statistics, and I love all of that stuff. But we had such a positive excitement and almost hysteria about this program, because it sounds, anytime something sounds too good to be true, we seem to get excited about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's too good to be true. And I go, calm down, it's not too good to be true. But it has a wonderful spin to it. Yeah. We say you can get money at 50% off, or we guarantee you'll double your money in 3 years. But to be clear, you double the strength of your money. This program starts, I like to do it like this. Get out your credit card. We're going to get you a debit card. And this debit card will be called a health matching account. So it's only been 3 or 4 weeks ago that I got a phone call just from a gentleman out of the blue, and he said, hey, good friend of mine who's president of an insurance company has been trying to call you. And I was like, he has not tried to call me, because this is my phone, and you called me, I answered. And he says, well, he didn't know your number, but I got your number, and I want to know if it's okay if he calls you. I said, sure, tell him to call me. And it wasn't 5 minutes, the president calls me up, and he starts telling me, hey, how'd you like to offer people, a discount on money, a discount on 213D items? And I was like, I'm all about it. I mean, we get paid to do it. So he started saying, yeah, we got your pay coming in for it. We can pay your guys commission. And I said, all right, tell me about it. So he started just lighting me up, and everything he told me made sense. Now we have visited his headquarters. We were headed out to see Chad Owen in Austin, and I was like, since we're going to be so close, just pop down to Houston and go to Prosperity. Prosperity's the name of the insurance company. Let's go to Prosperity's. That's us, right? Prosperity, Inspiration, Eternity. I said, let's go to Prosperity Insurance Company and let's see what these guys are all about. So we met Elliot and Garland, and we went out to eat, which that's a good way to start a relationship. And then we met his whole staff, and we were so impressed. We started talking about this card, and now we've got over 500 people in contracting process. I think by the end of today, we'll have 1,000 people in process. And we're going to move some of these cards. We're going to make a difference in people's lives. We're going to save them a ton of money on 213D expenses. So I have on the phone Elliot Gorog. Am I saying that exactly right, Elliot?
Yes, sir, you are. You're one of the first people that have not butchered my Hungarian surname on one of these calls. I'm very impressed.
So me and Elliot hit it off. We both like to help people. We also like to take out bad animals that are doing the wrong thing, that are messing up farms and stuff like that. And just a lot of good things we have in common. He's got a fun mama. I got a fun mama. We just had all kinds of things in common. We both like to eat steak and lobster, so we found all kinds of things we like pretty fast. We like helping others and making some money. So Elliot, will you kind of give them the pitch that you gave me on the phone? You started to say, hey man, these things, you can get a discount, and it helps people. The health care in America is in trouble, and we are the solution. All that stuff.
I Absolutely right, guys. Once again, I'm Elliot Gorog. I'm one of the owners here of National Prosperity Life, Health, and Accident Insurance Company. We're domiciled here in the great state of Texas. We also own another company called Health Matching Account Services, which offer our non-insurance products. Our Health Matching Account program that we're going to be going over today is a non-insurance product. We actually tried filing the Health Matching Account with the Texas Department of Insurance, and they wrote us a letter back, said we're not insurance. Well, we thought we were insurance, so we fought them over it, and they finally said, why do you want to be insurance so bad? And we said, we just don't want to break y'all's laws. After all, I own a family-owned insurance company. You know, my mother and I have been kicking butt and taking names in this industry for about 17 years until we started our own insurance company about 4 years ago, I believe. This product has been operational in the field for just about going over 4 years. We have patents and trademarks on the Health Matching Account program. Therefore, nobody else can offer this product. We've been at this so long, our patents are approved. So if that tells you anything, we actually built our product with the most renowned actuarial firm in the world. It's called the Milliman. They work for our government. They work for everyone, and they also work for every life, health, and accident insurance company. We're also, guys, featured in Forbes magazine by the inventor of the HSA. He even admits and discusses about how we're a better version of the HSA. We're like a supercharged HSA. However, we picked up where the HSA left off because this is actuarial science. So with that data we got from the marketplace, we were able to essentially design a better fly trap to trap those frequent medical claims and those large costly medical claims. And because I'm a marketer just like Mr. Albright, we decided to come together and help save healthcare from all the communists, because that's where healthcare is going in this country. It's really, really sad when people don't understand the frequency and cost of first dollar medical expenses. What makes this so awesome, guys? People think we're too good to be true. That is a big victory for us right out the gate. Your clients are only going to love you, because you think about it, what's the number one problem with healthcare? It doesn't cover anything. Everyone has those huge deductibles, and then once they finally cover something, it's at a small percentage. So what we're doing is we're addressing first dollar medical claims. And as a matter of fact, we cover all of it, and we make it easy. The second problem clients have is it's hard for them to get reimbursed on their medical bills. It's, there's that cat and mouse game that they have to play with their insurance company. Well, we've taken that cat and mice program completely out. We've thrown it out the window, and now we're paying claims on a prepaid Visa, FDIC insured prepaid Visa debit card. So our clients' funds are secure. Their money's all loaded on the prepaid Visa debit card. Visa didn't give us a $100 million blank check. These cards are all backed with cold hard cash so that they're available to the client to use at any time, just like a Walmart gift card that you see out there. So once again, this is a product your clients are going to love. You can use your HMA for elective procedures, your Botox, your chiropractor, your elective dental and vision, your LASIK eye surgery, your copays, deductibles, pharmaceuticals, you name it, we claim it. So we're the biggest breath of fresh air to the health insurance and group benefit and individual benefit industry in about 25 years. And that's just not me saying that. That's what everyone's saying about us. Obviously, I've been trying to track down Andy because y'all's agency is a phenomenal agency. I've been in the life and health and annuity space for some time. Everyone in our industry is just blown away by what y'all are doing, the numbers y'all are producing, the program that y'all have built. Everyone's in all of it. So, obviously it's a dream come true for me to be able to work with y'all because the professionalism, the organization y'all have built is just first class. So there's not a doubt in my mind that y'all are going to crush it with this program. Also, to make it easy, too, there's no medical underwriting with this program. Hell, there's no underwriting altogether. So it takes 2 minutes to enroll a client into this program. It takes 2 minutes. But first, before I talk about how to enroll and the process of getting started with us, one of the things I want to talk about is contracting.
Hey, Elliot,
yeah.
hold on 1 second before contracting. Now, so the way this conversation went, I said, whoa, stop. Are you telling me, like a HSA, that's called a health savings account? Some people do this. I have never done this. Let me tell you what. Here's the way it works. You got to give some organization your money, okay, like $5,000 or $10,000. Then at the end of the year, you get to take a tax deduction for this money that you've given them. Okay, so you might save $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. You might save that on your taxes, depending on how your taxes work. So to me, I've already added work to my life.
Right.
I've added work to my life. Then, when I go to the doctor, I'm supposed to keep a receipt. Well, let me tell y'all something. Don't never give me nothing if you ever want to see it again, because I will lose it.
Right. Yeah.
And I know I ain't gonna keep no receipt. And then they want me to take that receipt, document it, which I'm mad now because I sure don't want to document. Then I got to mail it to the government or this company that we gave our HSA to and see if they approve it or not. Oh, hell oh no. Reminds me of a test back in college. I got tested to see if it's valid. And then they're going to reimburse me. I'm like, how about if I give you $5,000 and I don't have to do all this headache stuff? Right. So I've never been into it, but some people, I have run into people that they do that. They go through all that trouble. And I said, so you're telling me all I do is I put my money on my account, like for example, my favorite one starts at $10,000, the HMA 10,000. And by the way, I have posted this form that I'm talking about. I've posted this on Band. So if you guys go to Band, there's contracting information and this form. So I'll go right down to HMA 10,000. I put $140 a month in. I do that for 3 years. I've put in $4,900, but I have $10,000 that I can swipe my card and I'll go to the dentist's office. They go, you owe me $100. I'm like, oh, okay. And I just give them a $100 bill. And then now they got to where I got this toothpaste. I live out in the country, so we don't have fluoride out in the country. I buy this special toothpaste that got fluoride in it. Then they go, I don't know, that thing's $30 a tube or something like that. And I give me a bunch of them because I don't like, remember to do it. So I just finally started using my credit card. So now I would use my debit card and I would save, you look at this number, I'm going to save anywhere from 60% to 50% or 30% depending on where I am in the program. Is this kind of making any sense to you? So contacts, Amber, I said, Amber, I need some purple glasses. I ain't got no purple glasses. She'll order it for me. I just pay full price. Now I'll just hit them on my debit card. Children, my wife, every time she goes to prescription, $5, $10, $20, right? We just hit it on a debit card. We don't have to check with nobody. You with me? Oh, and by the way, I ain't make no money selling that HSA stuff. They never pay me nothing to the HSAs. But HMA, the health matching account, we said we could start the lowest commissions, a brand new person. By the way, we've increased it, Elliot, it's 11%. So 11% of every dollar that I get somebody else to put in. So if you get them to put in 140, you're getting 0.11 times 140, you're getting $15.40 a month. So if you got 100 people lined up, that's $1,540 a month coming in.
That's forever?
It's for 12 months, just like life insurance or any other insurance products. So it's 12 months. And like UL or final expense, there is a renewal to it. Even with the very first beginning people, there's a renewal that you'll be getting for 5 years. So, so he's telling me this, and I said, what's the catch? How much I have to pay to get in? He said, pay? I said, you know, do we have to invest in anything? He said, no, man, we're gonna get you hooked up. We're going to sign you up. I said, so I had to charge my people. He said, no, they can just sign up. And then most of it's online. And I started looking at his website and saying how efficient it was. Then I went to their office and I got excited. That's when we did a couple phone calls. People kind of went crazy. And I said, we got to bring everybody in on this. So that's kind of where we are. Hey, just rattle off some of the other things that we can get a discount. It ain't a discount because your money's what you doubled your money. What other things go on this card? This it's called 213D, and it's different items.
And other expenses, 213D eligible expense, 213D eligible expenses, and other medical expenses not classified. You know, we cover plastic surgery, elective, dental, vision, co-pays, anything, pretty much anything you can think of. The only thing we're not going to cover is the devil's lettuce. And you know, I know what y'all know what the devil's lettuce is up there. Yeah, well, you know.
Apparently, some of them did.
Well, I'll tell you what. My mom's not letting us cover that, but it's actually not her; it's the actuaries, because after all, this is built on actuarial science. But one of the big things I want to talk about too is how our crediting works. This is a graduated crediting. This crediting takes place on your account every single month. You can log on to your smartphone device and check your account balance at any time. And that's what gets your clients so fired up. Our persistency right now is averaging 98%. So only 2% of our clients leave us. The rest are in it to win it. They're in it for the long haul, and that's a great thing. But once you reach your 35th month, assuming you had no prior claims, even if you did, it's no big deal. When you eventually reach your 35th month, you reach what's called paid up. So your clients are no longer paying the full contribution. In that 140 example that Andy just gave us, once they reach their paid-in threshold, after they've paid in $4,900, they're no longer paying in they're no longer paying in $140 a month. They're only paying in $40 in our admin charges and fees to maintain $10,000 of paid-up medical benefit. So it would take this client 10 years of not filing any medical claims to make that $40 a bad value. But once they incur a claim, that resets them to the corresponding month period. And I'm gonna use a quick example for anyone that's better than me at math. You know, if someone's at $10,000 and let's say they had a $4,600 claim, that would take them back to month 23, because after all, this is a graduated benefit. They're going to start paying back in $140 a month for 11 months, which is about $1,500. And that's to buy back $4,600 of spent benefit. So the further on up the arrow that you make it, the cheaper it's going to be to fill up your account, to fill back up your HMA account. So it works like a graduated bucket system. We're all familiar with Index Universal Life. As you know, with life insurance and cash accumulating life insurance, you don't have any cash value usually your first few years. Well, the way the HMA works is your first few months, your first 5-6 months that you're within our program, you have less money in your HMA account balance than what you paid in. And of course, that's to protect us from adverse selection and frequent claim filers. Those people that are really sick, they'll keep spending down the account. Because after all, we're not medically underwriting anyone. It's the same benefits for everyone, same contributions for everyone. If you have a spouse, $5. If you have a child, that's another $10. And if you have another child, you're not paying anything, because the maximum amount of fees you're paying for your entire family, for a husband, wife, 6 kids, or husband, wife, 4 kids, is only $15 a month. If you're looking at the 2 lowest contributions, HMA $2,500 and $5,000, we don't charge you any fees to add in spouses or dependents. So that's something else to keep, to keep in the back of your mind.
Which one is that? 25? Oh, above 25,000?
No, 2,500. So HMA 5,000 and below, we don't charge additional for spouses or children.
Okay, gotcha. So below, you don't charge it. Okay. Hey, I like what you're saying, but here's what I was thinking about teaching my people. Say you got that HMA 10,000. Once you get in that second year, once you get through that second year, I'd never hit 10,000. I mean, I would keep using it and just kind of hover it, because that's when you get the. Is that taking the most advantage of you, Elliot? Are you okay with that? You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, Andy, you're actually bringing up a really good point. So you never want to spend your account all the way down to zero, because obviously the first year, essentially it's a 10% compounded crediting on your contribution. So essentially you want to file claims within years 2 and 3. So what I tell my clients is, if you have any expected medical bills, like if you know you're going to spend $10,000 within 2 to 3 years on medical bills, do the HMA 20,000. Therefore, to buy back that $10,000 in benefit that you spent would only cost you a few $1,000s, because you're already into the second year. So you're absolutely right, Andy. It's okay to spend this account, but also too, when you get in the second year, you can do what I did. I started off with the HMA 20,000. When I got into the second year with my crediting, I increased it to the HMA 40,000, and last month I paid in $485 to my HMA, and I got $1,000 of crediting posted to my HMA account this month alone for only paying in $485. Now, obviously, guys, I can't swipe my HMA at Best Buy. I can't, swipe it at the bar, because I've tried. No, I'm joking. But, someone had to make sure that it wouldn't work. I had to take one for the team. But no. But you got to make sure this HMA debit card can only be used for medical expenses. That's how we're able to accumulate this. To accumulate these funds. There's no magic investment scheme that we got going on.
It looks like it. It looks like it, though.
Well, that's why we have to remind our clients there is no cash value. As a matter of fact, there's no cash surrender value. So if your clients want to turn this off and just say, the heck with all y'all, they're not getting their money back. They can spend their money down, but when they're doing that, they're saving money. So it's like punching yourself in the face. Why do you want to leave something that's helping you out? Why do and nobody does. That's why we keep all our clients, and thank goodness our actuaries were as smart as they are, because we're reserving enough money to keep all our clients.
Okay, so I got questions flying in just like the last time. Okay, so here's the deal. If you can get this sheet in front of you, the enrollment page, it's on band, you can look at it. The lowest one is $40 a month. After 3 years, you've put in $1,400. That's worth 2,500 credits. What he's saying is, if you're on that one, you don't pay any extra. If you add your wife or you add your children, there's no extra fees. You move up to the second one, there's no extra fees. If you move up to HMA 7,500, if you add a spouse, it's $5 more a month. So instead of $113.50, it's $118.50. If you add your children, it adds $15. So instead of $113, it's $128. $113 plus $15 is $128. So it's nothing more than that. Make sure everybody's clear on these fees. And then I'm getting this too. Hey, can my dentist sign up his clients and then his clients get a big discount? Yes, as long as they understand how it works. So your dentist can provide a benefit. And then you say, well, can an employer do it? Yes. Can we list bill? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so if you have a small employer and they want to give this card to their employees and say, hey, this will help you with medical costs, they can do that. As long as they, understand how this thing works. So in other words, the first year, it's not a huge advantage. Second year, it starts to be a good advantage. Third year, it's ridiculous. So ideally, now I got to tell you, when Jane Albright, I showed her, she said, I'm going to use a card if you give me the card. I said, that's fine, you can use a card, baby. But I'm realizing that she's not getting a great benefit the first year, but I'm still going to let her use it because I don't want to.
It's only 30% the first year. At the end of the 12 months, it's only 30% on your money.
Wait a minute, only? That's a lot.
I know.
That's a lot. You put in.
Compared to double and triple, you're right. Compared to double and triple, 30%, with no underwriting, that's the best we can do. Still a great deal. You're right.
That's a great deal. It's unbelievable at 30%. So but it's more like you're saving 70. It's in that third year, you're just crediting is so huge. If you put it this way. Spend 200, put in 50 to get you 200 back. Does that kind of make sense? So if you spend, like if you go to like HMA 250, HMA 20,000, you're putting 250 in. If you spend 250, all you really got to put back in is 50 to get back your 250 because the crediting is so high.
That's right, Andy. That's exactly right. That's a good way of explaining it.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So when you put in, if you're making $250, let's say you spent $1,000. Well, when you put $250 in, it's going to go right back up to where it was. It's like you never spent it. Even though you're only putting $250, it goes back up $1,000 because the crediting is so high during the third year. Does this make sense? So you're forever. That's why I said if you pay it up completely, then you got to pay a maintenance fee of like $40. I'm saying just keep paying $251. You're used to paying $251. You just burn it down, put $250 more in, burn it down, put $250 in. Just make sure your family's using it like crazy, and that way you'll never hit max out. And if you do hit max out, you could say, just bump it up to another level and let's start putting $300 a month.
That's a good point. So if your deductible is $5,000, if your max out-of-pocket deductible is $5,000, you want to do HMA $10,000. Therefore, if you burn down $5,000, it's only going to cost you $1,500 to buy back that $5,000. Just like the example, that Andy said about $50 a month. I mean, once you add in all the crediting, so it's a lot less. It's about 25 cents on the dollar. So it works out really, really well. And also, I don't think I told you this. I told you before. Our average contribution is about the HMA $1,680 a year, but about 30% of our book of business is HMA 30,000 and above. We have a lot of clients in the senior market and those well-to-do families that they might want a mommy makeover. She might be planning that. So they're gonna do higher contributions, HMA $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Someone might need a new set of teeth. So they're gonna do higher contribution levels with the HMA. So don't be surprised when you see people, doing a lot higher than HMA 10,000 because, people see the value in this. And the biggest compliment I think I could ever get is when someone starts small with the HMA, they swipe that card a few times, and then they go online and they increase their contributions right away because they see the value. They've experienced the value with our program. And if you want to talk about the employer market, HR loves this program. Why? Because we don't have complaints. The DOI loves this program because what they told me is 30% of all complaints are dealt with insurance companies not paying claims. They love the fact that we're paying claims with a debit card. So we keep everyone happy. Your clients log on to their account each month. They see this crediting taking place. They're going to tell their friends. you know, they're going to tell their friends about you, and that's going to open you up to life insurance and annuity sales as well. This is a great opener to sell life insurance and annuities.
Hey.
A great shiny hook.
Hey, what I'm about to say is trademark and confidential. So don't y'all try to copy what I'm getting ready to say. Elliot, we got an idea. I was asked a question, and the question turned into an idea. I want to announce that me and Elliot are going to begin work on a pet HMA.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
It's called the PMA. You're absolutely right about that. People take better care of their animals.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, ain't we, Elliot?
We all know that.
We're gonna build it.
You could be coughing up a lung and not go to the dang doctor, but second your dog's, you know, walking with a bit of a limp. Oh my gosh, Sparky, come on, Sparky, hop in the back of my truck. Let's go to the ER. I'm gonna spend $3,000 on you. Oh Lord, Sparky. Not
Well,
Sparky.
mine ain't.
Your deathbed before you spend money on yourself.
That's right.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna cover a few animals.
We're gonna build it.
We're gonna cover cats, dogs, and goldfish. If you're a goldfish looking a little sick, you know, I'm gonna take care of it for you. You know, I'm gonna find one that looks just like it and pump that right in the ball.
Okay, to be clear, everybody calm down. You can't use this card on your animals now, but the future one called the PHMA, that one will. So I just want to let y'all know. So the answer to the question the person had asked me, can we use it on your dog? The answer is no. Okay. All right. There's a lot of these questions we get over and over, but they're really good questions. There's no lump sum contribution. That's not. You got to follow the system. You got to let it build up in order to make it work. There's no lump sum contribution. You get this money in there. It's credit, so you can't cash it out. You can't go to ATM. It's not cash. It's credit. So it's double your money's credit at any 213D, like a dentist office or prescription drugs. It is, if you pass away, you can pass the credit of the amount down to your children. I told them, they asked me if you could divide it up. I said, nope, you got to pick which kid it goes to. But I didn't know if that was true, but that's what I told them. How's that work, Elliot?
Okay, yeah, no, that's a very good point. So with the HMA, if you have a spouse or a beneficiary listed on your plan, those proceeds will go to them. So that's something really important to keep in the back of your mind, that we are very, very, very benevolent. Just like I said before, insurance is discriminatory. Insurance is a one-sum game. You have a lot more losers than you do people that win. And heck, no one wants to win with insurance because it means a life-changing event has occurred. So with the HMA, if you're filing claims or if you're not filing claims, you're still winning because you're getting that crediting posted to your account. So you understand this. Your card has 10,000. You die, your kid will get the same card that has 10,000 credit on it. Does that make sense? They're listed on the plan, yes, sir.
Yeah. Does that make sense? How old? It's $5 to use. My daughter's married, but she's only 24. You said I could keep her on the plan if I wanted to, or I could make Brandon buy his own. Right?
Yes.
How old can you go? How old can you go?
You can go as old as 26 years old.
Okay,
26 years old, and then dependents can no longer be on the plan once they reach 26. We actually made that rule for my sister, who, you know, we've been trying to get her off the plan for years. She's 36.
All right. Okay. So, so here's how this works. There's no tax deduction to put it in. This is after-tax money. The HSA is where you get the tax deduction with all the hassles and the headaches and the nightmares and questionable.
If you even qualify for the HSA, if you even qualify, because with an HSA you have to have a high deductible plan, and I like how you're leading into this, Andy. With the HMA, you don't even have to have insurance. You know, we're also known as a vanishing healthcare deductible plan. You can have a Christian ministry share plan. You can have a MEC plan. You can have whatever plan or no plan at all and still purchase the HMA.
Now listen to this. Here's another good thing. Have you ever seen anything where your amount of money grows and the government ain't figured out a way to tax us? You don't get taxed. Am I telling this true? You don't get taxed on your increase of credits, do you?
No. Under the ACA, we're considered a non-qualified expected benefit with an EX. We're a non-qualified accepted benefit according to Obamacare, to the ACA. So your funds go in post-tax. Yes, they grow tax-free, but there's no cash value, so we just leave that part out. And this can only be used to pay for medical expenses. So, of course, medical expenses are tax-free. John Goodman, the inventor of the HSA, not the actor, was going to invent a Roth HSA, but the HMA is so much better. He just decided to herald this product. But something else I want to keep in the back of y'all's mind, a lot of people in the index universal life world, guys, that we're all used to selling, because in the former life I used to sell quite a bit of index universal life. So if you remember, we sit down with our clients and we say, don't let the IRS fool you with 401ks and qualified money. And it's the same thing with the HMA. Don't let Uncle Sam fool you. He's going to give you a little bit of tax break to put your money in this account. But when it comes time to pay the piper, oh boy, is he going to whack you, And with the HMA, it's a very, very similar pitch. Uncle Sam, might give you a little bit of a tax break on your HSA, but he's not going to pay your medical bill for you. The average HMA account balance is about 5 times larger once you factor in claims than your HSA balance. It's 3 times larger if you don't factor in claims. So, and that's because of the reset of our multiplier. So, our clients rather have the benefit than take pennies from a tax deduction, because our clients have so much more money in benefit than they would with their health savings account.
Okay, so let me tell y'all this. We're going to keep answering questions. I got about 32 more valid, good questions, but let me tell you this. You cannot sell this until you've been through training. Today, we're going to announce training times that are available, and you'll get to sign up, and it's a limited amount each time, but you'll have multiple times that we're going to have a live training that we go through it and certify you to do this. You don't have to be licensed. You don't have to have a life insurance license. And if you want to have a friend that wants to start selling it while they're getting their insurance license, that's what I would say. They don't have to ever get it. But to be clear, if I get somebody, I'm going to pay them a commission, they're going to be getting their insurance license, because this is very important. Does that make sense? So I would strongly encourage them to get their license. But so you can go ahead and start making money. You can go ahead and start educating them. But what we want to do, what I'm trying to pin Elliot down, saying, look, nobody needs to sell this in America except for the Alliance or somebody the Alliance says is okay. You with me? I want to get him out of the marketing business and stay in the building business. He got to build this pet health matching account right now. I need for him to focus on that. And we'll come up with another idea. But I'm telling you, that's a winner. The more I think about that, that's a winner. But I've trademarked it and patented, so don't even nobody start trying to come up with it. So we want him. So what I'm trying to do is we're trying to get thousands of people contracted today. So the email just went out to all key leaders with real simple, clear instructions so that people can get contracted. As soon as you get contracted, you pick a training date. They'll train you. And listen to this. This link, I already sent my link I got Jim Henson. Jim Henson's buying one. I done sent him. Don't even send him your link. I done sent Dr. Caracas Watkins my link. And I done said, I think PM 20,000 looks good for you. He said, yeah, it does. Okay? So to be clear, you send them the link and then you talk to them after you've been trained, and they can click on it and do it all online. It has your number, your agent number embedded in there. So this company, Prosperity, will help you prosper because they know your number is what that sale is linked to. That makes sense? So don't get my link and start sending it out to your friends, because then the commission is going to come to me. You wait until you get your link with your number embedded in it. Am I speaking 99% truth here, Elliot?
That sounds about 100% true.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so what did you want to say about training and getting us through the process?
Yeah, absolutely. So our contracting process is a well-oiled big machine that we have here. And the first important thing is to stay in touch with our contracting department. Once you get everything completed, they're going to reach out to you with some more questions. Once you get everything taken care of, what we're going to do is we're going to send you a calendar invite, and you're going to pick from a list of times to set up your training call. Once you pick those times and you attend our training, we're going to then issue you your ID so that you can go ahead and sell our product. You will then be fully contracted to sell our product after the training. The whole reason why is because we have people so excited, so fired up, calling us nonstop. Where's the supplies? Where's the training supplies? Just ready. Just ready to tear it up. What we want to do is we want to harness all that positive energy and get everyone trained so they know how to access training supplies, so they know how to work our system and be successful without any hiccups. So I think the way we have it set up right now should be good for everyone. And we're going to get everyone trained. And like I said, this isn't, fortunately with this product, it's not rocket science. It's a product everyone loves, and it's been very, very, very easy to sell because at this point in time, everyone has a deductible. We are the best value, by the way. The HMA is the best value for paying medical expenses in the entire country. And that's a fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack. Isn't that what they said there in North Kakalaka? That's a fact, Jack. Well.
All right, so there's all kinds of good stuff coming in. So if you have home health care and you need crutches, that's a 213D expense.
Yes,
if you have prescription drugs and they say, well, you got to pay your deductible $5 or $10, you can hit that on the credit card. Botox.
Yeah,
Pop that card.
This is a story. My mom gave me permission to say, once again, if
Elliot, be careful.
She gave me approval to say it.
Elliot.
She gave me approval to say it.
Okay. All right.
My mom used this at Dr. Sukar's office just down the street and swiped that card. She got some Botox done. Well, once my sister found out that my mom got Botox done, that it was microdermabrasion, facelift, anything you can name of it. I'm like, whoa, girls, ladies, slow down. You end up looking like a Catwoman if you keep up with it. Y'all beautiful the way y'all are.
Oh,
age
God.
gracefully together. And then they hit me upside my head. So, that's
okay.
why I'm in trouble over here, guys.
People say, well, is there anything bad? There's nothing really bad, but like somebody asked me, they said, can I just pay since my health insurance, I got to pay $500 a month for health insurance, can I put that on the card? No, that is not a 213D expense. That's your health insurance premium that you got to pay that. This is the deductible that your health insurance don't cover. So, and by the way, everything is on the website and they're going to train you. Glasses, yes. Contacts, yes. Different, how about, when you say alternative health care, it really depends on what the credit card system uses, right? Elliot, for, like I say, alternative?
Yes. It's the terminal. Yes, sir. It's a terminal. So when they talk about alternative medicine, I think of one or two things. I think of a fake doctor in a tie-dye T-shirt with those chakra sticks hitting you. No, we're not going to cover that hippie medical practitioner unless he's been authorized to have his terminal coded at a 213D medical expense. Now, if you talk about your acupuncture, your chiropractor,
yep.
your licensed massage therapist, not any of those fake ones out there, but a real one, a real doctor or osteopath that has their terminal coded for 213D medical expenses. Yes, we will accept that. We will accept that transaction. All you got to do is swipe it. We pay the claim.
Hey.
It's all automatic. And guess what? You can track it on your smartphone app. You can track your claims and your balance on your smartphone app or the desktop version.
You show everybody your account. Man, think about that. Personal use, just show them. Say, let me show you my account.
Yeah, no, that's literally how I've been selling it now. We just did a big update on our Apple version, which will be re-released next week. On Android and desktop, it's been working great. But next week, we'll be relaunching the iPhone app because there's some changes that we had to make for a software update. But yeah, you will be able to show your clients, just like I've been doing, Andy, just like I did to y'all at lunch. I showed you my own account. I showed you my crediting, and boy, that get everybody fired up. Hey, look, guys, I've been paying in $251. I got $600 of crediting. Then I increased it to $485, and now look, I got $1,000 of crediting posted in my HMA account. And I showed y'all what I had $11,000, $12,000 in my HMA account that that I can use anywhere, you know. So in the employer market, that gives people the warm and fuzzies. You know, it's called total rewards because employers can take credit if they're sponsoring this. Employers can take credit for that match, similar to a 401k match, but on steroids.
What do you take credit?
All right, so I got a buddy that sells health insurance, and he'd like to sign up one of these cards. He just wants to do this. He don't really want to sell life insurance. Sure, you can sign him up. He can sell HMAs. He don't have to have an insurance license. And health insurance agents, don't look down at them. Don't put them down. They're good people too. You can sign them up. You can trust them. You know what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, absolutely. Anybody can sell it. Will it be paid through the ARC? Yes. Will we have the 8 generational overrides? Yes. All same. So basically, here's what you look at. The 100% grid is 20%. So 100% times 20% is 20%. If you're on a 55, it's 55% of 20, which is 11. So now you're on 11 to a 20. If you're on a 120, it's 1.2 times 20. That'd be a 24. Does that make sense? So then you can do the simple spreads and you can do the calculation. This is before it gets loaded up on all the 100% grid. So will there be contests? Yep, starting today. What we're going to look at is who does over, and I don't have the contest from it. Who does over $1,000? That you've sold over 1,000. So if you sold 4 of the 251s, you're going to qualify. If you sold over 2,500, if you sold over 5,000, if you sold over 10,000, we're going to have prosperity shirts, prosperity hats. You can see we'll have HMA 20,000 hats. We've also got some cool new Alliance merchandise that's coming in the store. So they're putting the brochures together. Elliot is working on being here. Also, Elliot, we was talking last night. Love to have your mother here, Mama. You got Mama up on stage. We'll mess these women up. She is the boss, to be clear. He's the president. She's the CEO and majority owner. Does that make sense? He's a spokesperson and he's the president. But Mama ruled the roost. Everybody clear?
That's the truth.
Ain't that right, Elliot?
That's the truth. Yes, sir, it is.
So if we can try to get her here, don't know if we'll be able to get her, but we should working on Elliot. We've already got time allotted to give the awards out. Who's done the most of this? You understand? You're gonna get overrides on this. You're gonna get commissions for a year, full trip credit. So, but now understand, as you get paid, you earn the trip credit. So $198 a month. You would get 10%, just like an annuity. You would get 19.8. And let me just say this. This is the worst. It might be better than this because we were thinking, we might can give more trip credit for these. But as the money comes in, you'll get paid. You'll get credit for your trip. But if you only do it right now, you're only going to get 2 months, November and December. So then the rest of the credit for that policy will go on next year. Does that make sense? Somebody said, could you hold it over? Maybe we can hold it over, but the other, I've had this question. I've had a lot of good questions, Elliot. I'm thinking this is only valid with 213 expenses in the USA. I'm thinking this is not international, and you can't use it in other countries. Is what I'm thinking.
Well, you know, if you have a doctor's receipt, like my wife and I went to Africa on our honeymoon, and I got a little sick. It didn't catch Ebola, guys. Don't worry. You guys don't have to worry about me catching anything too strange. It was a cold, I promise. So I had a doctor come to the hotel room. I saved that receipt. It was like $284. I turned that in because we do accept, it's called a mail-in reimbursement form. So once that gets sent into our office, processing is 7 to 10 days, and then we can get a check back out to you. But, you know, we just have to be able to verify that it was a legitimate health care claim, and most likely we get you reimbursed on that.
Okay, here's another pitch. Somebody knew a lady, just got married a couple years ago, and he asked her, he said, hey, you ever thought about having a baby anytime soon? She said, absolutely, I am thinking about that. He said, well, how would you like to have all those expenses when you have a baby a couple years from now at 50% off? She said, that sounds awesome. How does it work? Well, here's the way it works. So you put them in now, so that they're in that third year or even fourth or fifth year, so they could get the maximum crediting for the money that they spend on having that baby. Does that make sense? So any procedure that they're thinking about having, if they're thinking about liposuction 2 years from now, if they're thinking about Botox, if they're thinking, you see what I'm saying?
In vitro too, that's another big one.
That's good stuff about the international. That's good to know. So there's a lot of things, and you'll have an 800 number that you can call and check with it. But I mean, 99.9 is on this website. Y'all are going to see it. I'm trying to answer them because these are really good questions that you need to know. There's graphs on the website. Plastic surgery, yes. Please, people. Please don't post that dumb stuff on Facebook and social media. Hey, you want to say, no, don't. We're a networking group, not a social media marketing team. Don't put his videos up. Don't, because you don't want people, you want to network. You hire a person, get them to hire a person. You with me? If you want to post something, hey, you want a side hustle, I got a good gig for a side hustle, that's fine if you want to do that. But don't give away our stuff. Don't tell people what we're doing. Don't tell them the company. Don't go HMA crazy on social media. Please, goodness, let's be a network marketing. Let's surprise the world as opposed to posting public stuff and then they go ask somebody else and get involved with somebody else and all you did was educate them. You don't want to be an educator. You want to be a salesperson. Amen. Does that make sense? You want to be a recruiter, not an educator. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? This is huge. You okay with me saying that, Elliot? I don't like that stuff. People do that.
I'm actually so glad that you said that because you're going to spare me from a big whooping because I was supposed to say that, but I completely forgot. Compliance is key over here, guys. We also own an insurance company. Even though this product is not insurance right now, in the future it could be. But we have a great relationship with the NAIC and all the insurance commissioners across the country. Any marketing we do has to go through compliance. That's why if you notice online we don't do a lot of social media. Why? Because we don't want to confuse the consumer or mislead anybody. So that's why we're very careful when we sell this product and we market this product that we do it in the most compliant fashion. Because after all, we own an insurance company. We work very closely, have a great relationship with all these insurance commissioners, and we don't want to mess that up. And most importantly, we don't want to irritate Mama. When Mama's not happy, oh man, she takes it out on me. So please do me a favor. The joys of working in a family business, I love it. But it's all about pride and taking it to the next level, and that's what we're trying to do over here in the most compliant fashion.
Okay, contracting has emailed out. Contracting is post on band. There's a website connection that I have put out that you can go on the web. The big deal is to get you and yours contracted. As long as you let them know that you're associated with National Agents Alliance, you'll be contracted. Simple instructions on there to tell you how to do that. We know your hierarchies. So people say, well, do I have to wait for my upline to get contracted? Nope, you don't have to wait for nobody. You can go ahead with yours. You can get contracted. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest. I signed up this girl when we landed, headed to see Elliot. I told her she was behind the counter at the FBO where Eric Jet landed. And I said, we're selling money at 50% off. How much you want? And she says, as much as I can get. And then I said, no, seriously, you ought to see this thing. It's for deductibles. And she's like, you know, a friend of mine, we were talking about how annoying it is when you go to the doctor and you got a high deductible and they want money. She said, I'd be interested. She'd be interested. I said, you know, you ought to, like, y'all let me get you started. You get commissions on this. You're signing people up. And she said, all right. It's just that simple. You with me? It's just a great door opener, and you talk to people about it. Everybody's talking about health care in America. Everybody's talking about saving money. Everybody wants discounts. They hate it when you can't. Everybody's getting turned down because they're underwritten. This is no underwriting. 100% guaranteed issue. No chargebacks whatsoever either. You get paid when the money comes in. Your downline gets paid when the money comes in. There's no chargebacks. It's crazy. I mean, I've been jacked up and fired up about it since Elliot called me. I was telling Jane, I said, this sounds incredible. And she said, it sounds too good to be true. I said, no, I know how they do it. I know how they do it. It builds up slowly, just like an IUL. IUL looks unbelievable after it's built. This is the same way with this. Same way with this. It looks unbelievable after it's built. So we're showing you what it's going to look like built. But in the beginning, that's where they're building up their cash reserves and holding your money just like any other insurance company does. But then they deliver the benefit after that second year. Makes sense? Educate your customers. They'll be thrilled. They'll tell others about it. And yes, employers can give it, like y'all know about it because y'all are here, but like some of my staff, I could say, hey, I tell you what, I got a benefit for you. Here's a card, apply for this card, and just pick whichever benefit you want, and we'll match you. You put in $6,900, we will get you up to $15,000 credit as an employer. You say, you take credit, just like, yeah. Same as health insurance. I don't supply health insurance. We take credit for paying it. Does that make sense? So you give them the HMA card, and then the client, the employees put money on it, but they get matched. And you can take credit for it, for being the one that supplied them with the card. Got it. All right. Let us know about that training, Elliot. You'll email us, or Jeff will, and we'll get people signed up. Hey, the biggest thing I'm trying to accomplish here is let's blow their mind with a number of contracts, and then let's blow their mind with personal use, getting our own, and then let's layer this thing, baby. Woo! Let's build across the country. Thank you, Elliot, for so much time and your responsiveness on text, and we'll get the information out, guys. I'm not going to answer 1,000 more of these questions, although they're great questions. This thing's going to be big. Let's go get some. All right, love y'all. Bye. Woohoo.
All right, bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.